What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I did a video early, and the audio went off like 5 minutes and 36 seconds. It was a long video, but the audio went out. Like I was saying, yesterday, I thought I wasn't going to get a low. I checked Mercer low board late, around almost 3 o'clock, and I ended up finding this low. I booked it right away. I went to the shipper. I was supposed to pick it up today, but the place was open 24 hours. I was like, let me go there. All they could say is no, right? Luckily, the guy was pretty cool in the shipping. He was sitting outside in the stairs, and I said, listen, man, I got to pick up. He said, well, I'm going to take my lunch now. When I come back, I got you loaded. I said, man, take your time. Thank you. He loaded the truck, gave me the paperwork. I asked him, hey, can I stay here? He said, well, you can stay in the back here in the parking lot, but this is a dead end, and the side there is like a gravel, and you could pull in there and stay and do you whatever you got to do. So I said, cool, man. I stayed there. It was basically like this, all nothing but trees around, right? Uh, Obviously, now I'm in Tennessee. I'm in uh, Tennessee right now. My way to Kentucky, and I deliver this load tomorrow, 4 a.m. However, I've been to that place before. You could get there 4 hours early. If they got time, they will, get you unloaded. They're usually pretty fast. Uh, so that's what I'm gonna do. I've been looking at the board early in the morning when I got up. After I made my coffee, my espresso, uh, and there's plenty of loads. It's just they loads that going to places that I really don't want to go. To be honest with you guys, it's like going back down south to Georgia, Florida. I really want to stay out of the area. They also got loads going to Long Island, New York, Pennsylvania, and honestly, I know I've been picky. I mean, they're paying great. My coordinator just called me with a low paying $2.71 out of the same town that I'm dropping this low. It's like 5 miles away. The other company. Uh, but I told him, nah, man, I don't want to go to Lancaster, PA. Man, I don't want to go to New York City. Uh, I know I've been picky about it, and you know, it just I like to drive wherever I feel like it. I just don't want to go in places that I'm gonna have hard time coming out. Uh, I've done it many times, and I'm done with that. There's plenty of loads going to Jacksonville, going to South Georgia. There's a lot of loads going to Alabama. I might pick one of those. I don't mind going to Alabama. Alabama, man, every time I go, I get a load with a good rate. I think Alabama is one of the hottest states as far as for trucking. Uh, I mean, at least with Mercer, I think. Kentucky is obviously great. That's where Mercer is from, so they got a lot of roots there. They got a lot of customers in Kentucky. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna try to, stay between Texas and Midwest, Alabama, Arkansas, the area. I don't mind going. Uh, but I'm done, going down to Florida for a while. Uh, like I say, every time I went before, I usually had a low coming back out, so I never had a problem. This time, I picked a bad low that dropped too late on a Friday, And if it's hard to get a low on the weekdays, imagine a weekend, right? I mean, I even look at the spot market. It wasn't nothing paying decent. It was all paying $1. Under. $1.20. I mean, I really don't want to hold no freight for that kind of price. I mean, for that kind of pay. And I'm gonna stick by that. I'm not gonna do it. I know, I'm gonna have to sit or do a lot of deadhead, but I prefer doing that. Like I said, I always said it. I prefer to do deadhead than to pay somebody, make somebody else rich. You know, I, you know, I know some people say, well, but at least pay for you diesel. That's the excuse, man. They're giving you, and that's why the rates are so bad right now. Because everybody using that excuse for doing cheap loads. You know, I mean, if we all gonna do loads for fuel, what the hell we doing out here? What the hell we doing out here? We're not, you're not gonna be making money. Uh, and other people say, yeah, but you could take it to a better market. True, that's true. But man, I just get so sick of seeing race that way, man. That is crazy. It's definitely crazy. For me, if it doesn't make sense, man, I get a 9 to 5 job. I stay at my house. Or I do something else. But if I'm out here, man, I'm gonna try to make the most that I can. Uh, but yeah, guys, I feel confident. About picking a good load for tomorrow. Like I said, I dropped this load early in the morning. So uh, when I park, which is like I got one more hour to drive, and then well, hour and 40 minutes. They got a truck stop around the corner where I'm dropping off. It's pretty big. It's a mom and pop truck stop. Small truck stop. They always got parking there. Like I said, I've been in that place before, and yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at the board and you know see if I could get something decent. What I'm seeing right now, they got a lot of lows paying like $1.85, $1.90 going to Alabama. But like I said, I don't mind going down there. They even got to Louisiana. I really trying to get something around Dallas area so I could fix my AC. That's why I'm waiting. To be honest with you guys, because I don't want to. I don't want to. Take a big load going to the west, and then I'm gonna be, Arizona with the heat, and I'm gonna have to leave my truck idle, burning diesel. Um, I don't want to do that. Like I said, one of the connections of my AC is leaking, so it's not working. I called the guy. He said, "Man, just bring it. I'll fix it right away." You know, like I say, Lone Star. Uh, Even though he's not the one that installed the AC, he did the generator. Uh, I installed the AC in Tampa, but like I said, I don't want to go to Florida. So I talked to my guy in Dallas. He said, "Man, I fix it for you, man. Don't worry about it." And shit, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing because Dallas market, Texas market is good. Uh, they got a lot of cheap lows too. Every place does, to be honest. Uh, but like I said, I'm gonna try to stay more where I like to be. You know, if I see a big money low going to West Coast, I'm gonna do it. I like doing those lows. Uh, However, if it's outside LA area, I'm gonna make sure that I got a low coming back out when I book that low because I don't want to be in the same position of being stuck somewhere out there. Uh, and definitely I don't want to pass through Colorado because of the chain law. You gotta have your chains And like I said before, I'm not putting my chains right in my truck. You know, I'm not doing it. Uh, I'm not gonna chain up my on winter time. Wherever I gotta go, you gotta put chains. I just don't go. You know, I don't go, and that's it. You know, that's the good thing about being a owner operator. When I was a company driver with Snyder, man, they used to stay sending me to Utah, which I had to Salt Lake City, which I had to pass by Colorado, and Northern California. I had to chain up all the time. And I really don't like doing that. To be honest, with you guys, it's you know it's not my thing. You know, you put in the chains on the tires. You got trucks going by you. They could easily slice and crush you. You know, uh, uh, you know, I'm not. I don't want to do that no more. I did it. I got my experience. I know how to do it, but I'm good with that. I say you got to do certain things once in a life, right? So you could know what it's about. I already done it many times when I was a company driver uh, back in the days, and I'm good. I'm good with that. But yeah, guys, we're gonna try to book a load coming out of Kentucky. Like I say, I'm I feel very strong that I'm getting a good load. Out of Kentucky. Kentucky is a great place. I would like to do like Kentucky, Michigan, Kentucky, Wisconsin. You know, uh, even Texas. Anywhere. Ohio. In that area, man. That's where the money is. That's where I want to stay. Uh, you know, if I find a good big money low going to the West Coast and makes sense, and I could find something coming back out, I will do it. I will do it. I will do it definitely. But I want to fix my AC before I do that. Like I said, I don't want to put myself in a situation. As we all know, the heat, Arizona, parts of California is hot. It's real hot. You know, and you don't got no choice but to leave your truck on if you don't got you know your electric AC working. Your battery AC working. So that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to turn this week into a good week. I'm positive about it. Uh, you know, like I said, I did a mistake last week. They carry over this week, and it put me behind a little bit. I mean, this low should have been a next day low, but I don't know why the agents book it. You know, that way. And this place where I'm dropping off is strict with the appointment. Even though they let you get there 4 hours early, but before 4 hours you can't get there. Like I could drop it today with no problem, but they ain't gonna tell me no. I already tried it before. That's how they operate. And I already know how they operate. So why I gonna waste my time and try to go there and talk to the guard, the guard, when he gonna tell me the same thing. Oh, you gotta come back at least. We let you come in 4 hours before, but that's that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna park, take a shower. Uh, they got a loft around there too, but it's pretty small, and it's always packed, man. Especially with box trucks, and hot shots. I guess guys live around there and they just leave the bus truck park, which is crazy, man. We already truckers don't got no parking. Now we're competing with hot shots, with box trucks. You know, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, truckers, we always get shit, more shit throw at, throw at us, but we always keep making it, man. We always keep making it. We always keep, going through hard times, and keep driving, keep doing what we know how to do, man. Uh, like I said, man, it's a great thing to do if you like what you're doing. If you don't like it, you're gonna hate it. I'll be honest with people that they thinking about coming to being a truck driver. Especially your first few years, you got to go through a company and get the experience. You're not gonna get paid that well unless you get like 3 months with a company. They go to an account with JB Hunt, uh, which they hire a lot of new people and local accounts, and some of those accounts they pay decent. So it all depends where you live and what you could find, and what requirements those companies got. But yeah, guys, we're gonna we're gonna do what we gotta do, man. You know, we're gonna do what we gotta do. I'm starving. I can't wait to stop. Cook something in my air fryer, and relax. Take a shower and take a nap. Get up, deliver this load, and keep it moving tomorrow. You know, I'll be honest. I got a feeling like straight driving to the place, even knowing that they're gonna tell me no. But sometimes I'm a hard headed. Uh, I don't want to do it because it be like almost 4 o'clock. Uh, by the time I get there, and honestly, like I said, those truck tops, Love and Pilot, they get filled pretty quick, in that area. Uh, and I just don't want to, don't get a parking. You know, uh, I will, prefer to park and just call it a day and deliver early in the morning. Uh, I probably go there the 2 hours before my appointment. I could go 4, but I really don't want to go that early either. I go 2 hours before my appointment, sit there, get it done, and hopefully I book a load today or tomorrow. When I stop and I got a chance to look at my phone and look at the low board and see what they got, I glanced through it early before I start driving. My coordinator called me also for a load, but I told him, that I wasn't interested going to Lancaster, PA. That granted the lowest paying, good money, but he got 3 stops. One in Dayton, Ohio, one in another place, and then the last one in Lancaster. And I just don't want to, you know, I'm a little burnt out, man. I just want to stay where I'm comfortable, in the areas that I like. Uh, you know, I don't want to keep putting myself in bad markets, that I know, that they're not paying that much. In Pennsylvania, they don't pay that much, you know. Pennsylvania got a lot of lows, but they don't like to pay. So we're just gonna see. Like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody, man, that they subscribe to my channel. They hit the like. I appreciate all you guys, man. I appreciate all the support. Uh, you know, and like I say, somebody asked me a question. Oh, in an email, they asked me if the fuel discount are better than JB Hunt. Yes, they are. They definitely better than JB Hunt. I don't know why, because JB Hunt is a bigger company, and the discounts they give to the drivers, they should be the best in the market, because JB Hunt is huge, including the company drivers. But I'm pretty sure they pack it. they put that those savings, son of it, in their pockets. I'm pretty sure they do that. Because I mean, if not, they should have a great discount. Like Prime. Prime got a great discount, but I don't know. JB Hunt, Swift, Snyder, those companies. I don't know why they don't give their own operators those discounts. It don't make no sense because they huge. I mean, Mercer's way smaller and got better discount than those places, and those places will buy more fuel. Uh, you know. But yeah, guys, like I say, I'm gonna cut this video now. Everybody have a blessed week. I will do another video letting you guys know what I got. Uh, where I end up going. I appreciate all you guys. Like and subscribe, man. Like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you guys, man. God bless everybody.